is a little bit slow, a little bit sloppy. So Camavinga was kind of, I don't know, a bit iffy for me in this match. But in terms of conclusions, like, look, there's no doubt about it that our play has improved tremendously. Okay, in the last 3 La Liga matches, we played very well in all 3 of those matches and should have won all 3 of those matches, but we all know what happened, okay? This was completely based on refs, but in terms of the play, I'm very happy with the progression of play. I'm very happy with what I'm seeing. I think that, especially up front, I'm seeing a lot more automatisms. I'm seeing a lot more reflexive play, right? Like passing without even having to look, like where the other guy is, and very quick combinations. I mean, those are becoming more and more natural. They're becoming more and more instinctive. And when you combine that with the quality of the individual players, it's just lethal. So I'm very, very happy with what I'm seeing in terms of play. I think we look like more of a compact team. Our lines are closer together. There's much more support short, but we're very dangerous long. It's just our play is much more complete and it feels more compact. So I'm just very, very encouraged with what I've seen, like I say, in these last few matches, despite, the points dropped in La Liga, which had nothing to do with football. Okay, I will mention, and Neil and I were talking about it at the match, that I'm still irritated by Ancelotti's late changes, okay? And let's think about this. Fede should have rested. I mean, you're up 3-0 in the second leg, and you had a goal advantage coming in. You have a 4-goal advantage, and there's 30 minutes left. Why is Fede still on the pitch? I mean, this is a decision I don't understand. Fede is an incredibly valuable, indispensable part of this team. He is a player that we demand, the physical demands on him are off the charts, and you have an opportunity to give him, 30 minutes rest, maybe even the entire second half. Let him rest. He needs it. Another thing I didn't like was, okay, Rudiger played the 90 minutes. Like, I don't know, man. When you come back from injury, there's no need to do that, okay? There's no need to play the 90 minutes. You could have subbed him off with 20 minutes left, 30 minutes left. I just thought it was an unnecessary risk to take. Another thing that pissed me off is Enric in the 87th minute. And you guys have heard it on my videos before. Why is this poor kid always the 87-minute man? Like, why? Like, we had ample opportunity after Kylian scored his hat trick. Kylian could have come off, gotten his standing ovation, and let Enric play. Okay? And Ceballos was completely fried in the second half. Put Arda in. Okay, Arda can play that position. He can play pivot. He can play number 10. He can play on the right. Like, I don't understand some of these decisions. And, when he made the changes in the 87th minute, I was just so pissed off. I'm like, this guy never learns. Okay, our next challenge in the Champions League is going to be either Bayer Leverkusen or Atletico de Madrid. And I got to be honest, I'm pretty comfortable with either. Atletico de Madrid is dangerous in this league because we have refs here that want us to lose. So there's always something to do with the ref that kind of tilts the balance. That's not going to happen in Europe. I'm not afraid of Atleti in Europe. In Europe, when the refs are going to be normal human beings, I have no problem playing with Atleti, and I have no problem playing with Leverkusen. So I think I'm very comfortable with that. Just one thing to remember, Jude got a yellow card and will not be available for the first leg of the next round. So just be aware of that. But that's it. I'm just really happy this was a epic, classic, European night in Madrid, which is just so cool. You guys, if you haven't come here for European nights, you have to, because the atmosphere is amazing. Okay, those are my thoughts on this match. By the way, I'm not going to be able to do a video after the Girona match because I'm traveling. I have to go to London. So I'm going to be traveling around for the next few days. So I won't be able to give you my thoughts on Girona, but I will be back as soon as I can. I just need to travel for a bit. But anyway, thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the footage at the beginning of the video as well. I love you guys, and as always and forever, a la Madrid.
We're going to start with Real Madrid and Manchester City, even though there's a lot of significant things that happened, including not a very good 2 days for Serie A clubs, as it happens. Not good for Manchester City either. Before we go into the Pep Guardiola Inquisition, let's say, how about that Kylian Mbappe?
He had a brilliant game, didn't he? I mean, the goals he scored showed his athleticism, showed his awareness, how to find space, the composure in front of goal, the ability to finish from long distance. He was the all-round centre forward, something we didn't see at the start of the season, but we're now seeing on a more regular basis. He looks to be the world-class player that we always thought he was.
I mean, this is the challenge that Real Madrid had when they brought him in. Obviously, he was mostly playing on the left-hand side. Vinicius is there. He would have to adapt. You're asking your most expensive player, certainly in terms of wages and whatnot, arguably one of the top 2 or 3 players in the world, to adapt for somebody else. Just as a coach, how big a deal is that?
Well, I don't think Ancelotti actually sort of said he had to adapt. I think he was trying to get the 2 players to form an understanding where one would drift infield, the other one would go out wide, and that worked to a certain degree. And Kylian Mbappe has said in the past that he likes to play on the left, and then I've heard him say, "Oh, actually, I like to play through the middle." He's playing through the middle at the moment and doing a very good job of it. And when he does go into wide